We're good. Everything's fine. What were we talking about? Shit. It's simply whatever. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the Simply Whatever podcast. A podcast where we talk about whatever, wherever, with whoever. My name is Sam. I'm going to be your lovely host for the rest of all of this podcast eternity, essentially. As for wherever, we're on this beautiful little terrace today. It's a little cute little space I like to make as part of my own little home. And as for whoever, we have an amazing special guest today, ladies and gentlemen. The special guest is my best friend. He is my ride or die homie, my brother, everything that I could ever ask for in a best friend. The man himself, Mr. Marco Oreamuno.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
I love what you've done with the place. Cute little balcony.
Thank you.
I would totally get fucked up here.
Yo, I have. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. I definitely have. Yeah, I mean, I got the little berries. I got the little flowers. And I would like to say this space is it's a spot where I like to pregame. You know the vibes.
I know the vibes. I get
But yeah,
you.
I mean, we've been best friends for
10 years?
10 years, you would say? Yeah, I think we're on our anniversary, actually.
Oh, yeah, we just passed it.
You trying to go on a 10-year tour?
Yeah, we just missed a 10-year tour. They did it without us.
Honestly, I think it's so wholesome because we have so many memories, dude.
Yeah.
So many. It's absurd. And we were best friends.
Right off the rip. Ride or die.
The moment that we met, we became best friends.
Because almost instantly, I'm telling you, a couple days in, hey, I was telling you all the issues that I had with immigration, stuff I went through in Miami. You're
Crazy.
probably like, what the fuck is this dude, dumping on me right now?
And see, partially, yes. Partially, I was a little, oh, this is heavy.
This is heavy shit.
Because we were kids,
Yeah.
bro. We were kids.
We were 14. 14, 15.
Literally 14,
Yeah.
15. We were children. But I also looked at it as, damn, this dude's pouring his heart out to me right now. And we just met. He must trust me. Which also kind of showed me that I could trust you too. I love that memory so much. I have to say one of my personal favorites is the night that we walked around town together.
Oh, God. Because we both got locked out?
We both got essentially locked out.
Separately. We just both happened to have this bad stroke of luck real quick.
Essentially. So you know how, I think we can all relate to when we're teens. We say the one thing of, hey, I'm going to sleep at this person's house.
You're bullshitting.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not. You're going to get fucked up at your other
You're
boy's
going to
house.
go wild out somewhere else.
And that's exactly
some unrelated location.
Exactly. That's 100% what I did because I was a badass kid. So I went to another person's house, started drinking, smoking, all that shit. And then the plans fell through last minute. Last minute. I'm already fucked up, bro. I'm hammered. What am I going to do? I happen to hit you up because, homies. And the same situation.
Same thing. I think for me, I was trying to get in my girl's house, and then just like you, the plans fell through.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be somewhere completely different. So when I went back, I could just sneak in.
Nah.
All the shit was locked, so I was like, I bet. Let me hit up Sam, see what she's up to.
And I naturally was also locked out of the house.
Yeah.
So what I remember is us linking up at the Rita's CVS in town.
Yeah.
That's
what was crazy because the way I remember it is we linked up by the Hazelwood, towards the corner of the park,
the park area.
Like that, yeah. There's a section off where there's a couple of wooden posts. You can't drive through.
Yeah, I know where you're talking. See, I have no memory of that, but to be fair, I was hammered.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we definitely lit up that night.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
We did. I love that. I had to say it must have been around midnight, 1 a.m. Because I said, the plans fell through for both of us. So it was early late. It was early late, And I love that we were able to just walk around town bearing our souls to each other.
Just the mobile heart to heart.
It was, but it's that classic small town environment where we were able to do that, walking by the moonlight, trying to hit a black and mild, fuck a black and mild, but
it wasn't that bad.
I've never smoked one since.
No?
No. Hate Black and
damn.
Miles. Hate Black and Miles. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we really were just two alternative-ass kids ditching around town, a little fucked
around.
up. I like to think, at least, that we were the kids that your parents warned you about.
Yeah, because we definitely weren't making good decisions.
No, we definitely weren't.
Definitely back-to-back, just a train wreck sometimes.
Back-to-back of bad ideas and bad choices. You know, it's funny to me because I remember my grandma not wanting me to be friends with you.
I remember she was like, he has no family, there's no community ties, where did he even come from? He's got to be your drug dealer.
Got to be my drug dealer.
Came out of the shadows.
Funny enough, I was
you were the
drug
dealer.
Yeah. Like, who would have even, not that who would have thought, I feel like that was obvious, but we didn't look like good kids. I think a bug just flew at me.
Is that a retake?
No, it's fine. Downsides of being on the terrace, man. But no, I like it, and I feel like that kind of comes with the territory of being a little alternative ass scene kid, you know? Like, you look like a bad kid, man. A hoodlum, if you will. But I didn't think we looked that bad. Like, we were just a couple of emo kids, you know?
Trying to do our own thing.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't even seen.
No, I just had long hair.
But I guess 14-year-old Sam thought you were.
Yeah.
Because that's how we met.
Yeah, at the park.
I literally screamed at you, look, a scene kid.
And I was walking towards your direction, so it's not like I could have just walked away, avoided you.
It's funny.
I had to go past the bridge.
It would have been weird if you turned out and been like, damn.
Kid don't fuck with you.
Kid's not. I'm unfuckwittable.
Unfuckwittable.
But like, I wonder what would have happened if I didn't do that. Would we have met at some point, you think?
I think so. Because before we formally met, I got like this premonition, I guess, and I knew we were gonna get close.
Ooh, okay, I love
I knew I didn't know how it was gonna happen. But I knew that we were going to get up to we'd be scheming at some point.
Scheming. And you know what? I think the night that we walked around, we did scheme
a lot, yeah.
Like, it makes me think, were we a couple of little badass kids because we were seen, or were we just teenagers? Like, what's the...
I mean, we could have been just teenagers. It could have just been, you know, scene was the counterculture at the time.
That's true.
So maybe we were just trying to just, you know...
Maybe we were just, like, early badass kids, you know, because I feel like at the time we were like drinking and smoking and shit. We were doing that early. I feel like the other kids,
you were really seeing it.
That. Yeah, but later, obviously, everybody caught up
did
to speed.
Eventually.
Yeah, so like I wonder
all those comments that they made towards, you know, they kind of ate their own words.
Yeah, assholes.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them. But like,
and look, I'm gonna say, you know, true. Maybe we shouldn't have been smoking and drinking at 14.
Oh no, I completely agree.
Yeah,
you know. I'm mentally stunted, bro. I mean, mentally, emotionally stunted. But we were cool, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're going with it. It's fine. Everything's fine. What was I saying?
I don't remember.
That's hilarious. But no, like, I think, you know, I mean, counterculture's definitely changed.
We clearly have never been on a recording before.
We're not professionals.
We're not. The audience can tell.
And you know what? Good. I hope they can tell.
It's baby's first podcast.
I love it. What were we talking about? Shit. So counterculture.
Counterculture.
Do you think that we were who we were, right? Where we were being like little badass kids. Was that just us being teens? Or, you know, was it us...
being just reckless?
Being reckless? Yeah. Did it have something to do with the fact that we were like alternative? Like what do you think
you had to play the part type of thing?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think that came from, for us, at least?
I would say just because we started so young. Yeah. Smoking and drinking obviously wasn't a good idea at that age.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I completely
And that's
agree.
just like surface level stuff, because we got into like a lot of
shenanigans,
I guess, and without getting like real NSFW about it. But like, we definitely got into some sketchy moments.
Yes, and it definitely wasn't safe. But I'm wondering if the behavior itself, right, like all the shit that led us to the bad shit, was that us trying to play the part of a counterculture teen, or was that just
fuck
us
authority?
We're
gonna do whatever we want.
Exactly.
It could be a mixture of that. It could also just be straight up reckless behavior. I mean, we definitely were going through it when we had first met.
Oh, we definitely were.
You kind of lash out when
traumatic
events happen.
Trauma will make you do some shit.
Wild out.
Absolutely. So, like, it makes me wonder if trauma has a part to do with being in counterculture. You know, because not for nothing, it makes you more aware of the world that you're in. And I wonder if part of it is because we grew up really early.
Mm-hmm.
So we were more aware of the world and we wanted to change it.
Yeah.
So it made us into counterculture people, because it's kind of where it came, punk was, super aware of the government faults. So it made them counter fuck the establishment.
They were protesting Vietnam and all that.
Exactly. Emos were just super into their feelings and they showed it in their everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
Same idea as us, we were seeing kids, we were doing the same kind of vibe, trying to be different. And then now we have e-kids, if you will, e-boys and e-girls.
Yeah, the new wave of what should be, went from punk to emo, scene kids, general alternative. The next step up is this wave of e-kids.
Exactly.
But counterculture's changed with them a little bit.
I don't know if it's counterculture.
It's because it's not. No, because what should be counterculture, it's just them conforming, doing the same couple of dances.
Yeah.
Everyone starts the same. They don't really have like a stance.
Right. And they're not. I don't know if being an e-kid is trying to be different.
Mm-mm.
Because I guess where I'm kind of coming from is, scene kids, not that they were necessarily born from MySpace, but MySpace helped expand the scene. Whereas
TikTok,
it's kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
it bred the e-kids.
Exactly.
E-girl and boys.
We're just gonna call them
There's
e-kids.
a term for them yet? I don't know.
I'm calling them e-kids. Copyright it.
Copyright it.
But I'm thinking from that standpoint, right? Like, we were kids, we had Facebook and MySpace were like the top, social media platforms. Facebook was so you can get a job and do, connect with your college friends.
Kids. Yeah.
Whereas MySpace was like the underground.
TikTok, you would post your own music.
Exactly. And
you
can do that on TikTok, but TikTok is not the underground.
No.
So is it really for counterculture? And, I agree with you. I don't think it is. There's a lot of conforming under the guise of it looking like the new age of counterculture. And it's weird to me. I wonder if, I don't know. It just makes me think.
Well, I said, what should have been a new wave of counterculture just became this conformity on these little 20-second clips.
Right. So do we think that tech is forcing us to conform? Because the idea of social media is it brings us together. It brings us together. So is that is I guess new age tech? Is that destroying the idea of counterculture? Because protesting, bringing it back to last year, everyone was protesting of some sort. No matter what side you were on, there was.
It became like an aesthetic.
Thank you. That's perfect. It's literally an aesthetic. It's cool to now be different.
Cool,
Whereas before you were different, it was an issue. There's something wrong with
that guy.
It's
cool to stand for social.
I mean, it is. I think that's the idea too. It always has been cool to stand for social issues, but it was few and far between.
Not really.
You don't think so?
No, because anytime you bring up any sort of social issue, any political topic, people just want you to shut the fuck up.
That's fair.
How many times have I said free Palestine? People are like, Marco, no one wants to fucking hear about that shit.
Which breaks my heart to begin with. Which breaks my heart. But I have to agree, But it makes me think the old punk scene, right? Super anti, what's that called? Nationalism.
Fascism.
Super anti-fascism against all that shit. I hear so many stories of the old school punk kids beating the fuck out of a KKK member, And Gen Z, I'm not gonna lie, they're foaming at the mouth. They're ready to fight the power. Yeah. They are. But I don't know why I can't consider it counterculture because maybe it's just to me from my own viewpoint, it seems like a lot more people are down to be anti-establishment than they used to be. Maybe it's just awareness. Maybe tech is making it, social media is making it more aware. Maybe it's just inclusivity at the end of the day instead of it being more so counterculture. Because TikTok is the culture. But it makes me think maybe the image of it is changing. With scene kids and goths and all of that. Tattoos was the big one, right?
The stigma's changed on that now, too.
Oh, my God. Definitely, dude.
Our generation's getting older. We're taking, these positions of power now.
I wonder if that's what it is, too. Maybe the way that, what was the ones before us? Gen Y, Gen X? I don't know.
They kind of fucked up when they were...
They did. But the same
people
way that...
People interchangeably use some of those terms.
That's fair. The way that they influenced the next wave, they influenced the next one. We are now influencing Gen Z because we were this way as kids. and we got older, maybe we're just changing the stigma and changing the viewpoint of what counterculture can be and look like. You know, just because you have tattoos doesn't make you a bad person. I have to ask.
Are you cold right now? I'm freezing.
Actually, yes.
Fuck your question, but I'm freezing right now.
Yo, well, fuck my question. You're right. Hold up 1 second. All right. Back in action, baby. This is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Comfort over aesthetics.
Comfort. Not the nanny might have begged to differ.
That's fair. She can.
She can.
She can. She has the right.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, right? Back to my question. Really.
yeah. Sorry to cut you off like that.
No, you're good. This was the proper thing to cut off. This was necessary.
It's getting kind of chilly.
Exactly. So based on, you know, what we were talking about earlier with the partying, our teen years, all that good reminiscing, you don't like drink or smoke anymore, right? Because like your condition and okay.
The whole little situation I got going on.
The whole situation. I have to ask. As your friend, I care.
You care.
I need to know. Because even back then, I remember, you know, we'd sit there, we'd at a kickback, a couple homies, you know, all that good shit, cracking some brews. I remember there would be times where, like, occasionally you would just stop. Like, it wasn't even like a tap out situation. You would just stop. And, like, you seemed a little uncomfortable. And I didn't know if it was situationally or because of the alcohol. I was a kid. I wasn't going to ask. You know, I wasn't going to blow up your spot like that. Like, does that have anything to do with where you're at now? Or is it, like, contributing in any way?
Definitely didn't contribute to it.
Okay.
But I remember, we'd be like knocking some drinks back. I have to slow down because I get this like sharp pain in my stomach.
Right.
But I wouldn't say that like that was like the cause.
Okay.
Or that's also not what set it off.
Right.
It was just like a symptom, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. It could have been a red flag essentially at the time.
A warning sign.
We might be beating around the bush a little bit. Is this a place where you might feel comfortable talking about?
I could talk, yeah. I don't mind.
I don't want to put
you
no
on
shame. The spot. Okay, good. As you shouldn't.
Like I talk my shit in public.
Absolutely. This is why I love you, man.
Yeah.
As you should.
Thank you.
Own your shit. So, do you want to get into it?
Yeah, we can dive right in. No introductions.
Man. Absolutely, I'm here for it.
So it pretty much happened overnight.
Okay.
Well, actually, in a way, it happened overnight.
Okay.
Because in hindsight, there were some symptoms outside of that, like some signs.
Right.
You know, like I was just fatigued.
Yeah.
Just over exhausted. I pretty much slept throughout the entirety of high school.
Okay.
I get a lot of people sleep in class, but I would pretty much just get there and like knock out for the 8 hours.
Oh, damn, yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, oh, you know, I'm a teenager, you know, hormones. I'm probably depressed, you know.
Yeah, no. Classic teen.
Classic depression makes you sleep more.
Absolutely.
That also coupled with, I would be waking up in the middle of the night all the time. Interrupted sleep isn't good for you.
Absolutely not.
But what happened would be, I would wake up because my calves were just cramping like a motherfucker.
Dang.
Like just
like a Charlie horse?
Like a Charlie horse.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
And it was like routine, you know, it was happening to me all the fucking time. It wasn't like a, every once in a blue moon type shit.
Now
this is like a common occurrence. I later find out that yes, people with like renal issues, it's like a common thing for their legs to cramp up like that.
I wonder why. That's such like an obscure
maybe dehydration.
Yeah, maybe.
Low magnesium.
Yeah.
Some science bullshit.
That's a wild symptom to come with that.
Yeah.
I never would have imagined.
Yeah, and like I said, like it would have been like catastrophic thinking for me to experience them and gone, oh fuck, I have organ failure.
Yeah,
you know, that would have been some like WebMD shit.
Right. Plus,
hypochondriac.
The brain never goes to worst case scenario.
No.
Ever.
Especially when you're young, you don't really understand repercussions.
Absolutely not.
I wasn't thinking, you know, I didn't have insurance either. You know, I'm not like some millionaire who goes to see doctors. Wasn't just gonna be like, hey, I'm sleeping too much, got a little bit of pain.
You know what? They probably would have just given you depression meds.
Yeah, or they would have been like, quit being a bitch.
Grow up.
Get over it.
Yeah, go get a job.
Get a fucking job.
You stupid millennial.
Stupid fucking kids.
So like, I remember, from my own perspective, I remember the night that shit went down, right? Mm-hmm. We were on Facebook Messenger, and you were saying that like your chest was hurting, you were like aching, like kind of that whole day, and you were like, I'm gonna just go lay down, right? And then you were gone.
Yeah.
You were just gone.
Dipped.
I didn't know what had happened. Part of me was like, damn, my best friend just died. That sucks. Like, shit,
Rest
man.
in peace to the realist.
No, hope not. But like, that's where
Hope
my brain
not.
was going.
Yeah.
So, do you want to pick up there?
Yeah, a little bit of the origin story. We can get into
Yeah.
that,
Tell me the origin story. So it was your
Because
senior
by
year.
by that point, that was already like
Shit was going down.
It was like I don't know what the term is. I want to say something along the lines of an ongoing situation.
Okay.
The situation had been developing for a while before that.
Gotcha. So it all came together at the end. All right. So take us to that day then.
It was just an ordinary day.
Right.
It was some Friday in January when I was like 17.
Yeah.
Me and my friends got out of class. We had the early dismissal. Always go to Quick Check.
Right.
Always got the sandwiches. You know, we were a fiend for the sandwiches.
Yeah, we love a
got the breaded chicken, the pepperoni, honey mustard, provolone, the Italian roll. Just something that I would just. It was like my regular.
Okay.
Just some ordinary shit. You know, I got the sandwich. I started eating it. I eat it every fucking day.
Yeah.
Not a big deal. I started to get this like burning sensation in my stomach.
Okay.
It was like as if I blasted my abs on some workout, but clearly, you know, that wasn't the case.
Not what was going down.
We could rule that out almost instantly.
Love it.
Love it.
Well, and we don't love it. We hate to see it, actually.
And I'm telling my boy, I'm just like, I'm feeling like not too hot right now.
Right.
I don't know what it is. She's like, you probably just gotta go to the bathroom. If that was the problem, I wouldn't be bitching right now.
You also probably would have known.
I wouldn't know. I've gone to the bathroom before.
Yeah, you understand how this works, right? Naturally.
It subsides after maybe like 20, 30 minutes.
Okay, do a little digestion.
Yeah, I go about my day. Let me just skip a whole lot of detail here because it's just a bunch of filler.
Okay.
I end up at my other boy's house later that night, and we're just chilling in the basement, listening to like Title Fight, Sea Haven, just kind of just bullshitting.
Love them.
Talking in the basement, you know, passing time.
Like we're doing now.
Yeah.
Classic.
His mom yells from like upstairs. She's like, "Hey, they gave us an extra Big Mac."
Ooh.
She was like, "Marco, you want it?" I was like, "Yeah, toss me it." I'm not gonna say no to a free burger.
Yeah.
You know, and then I have to go home almost instantly after I finish the burger.
Like that shit started up again. And
started up again. Damn. I later find out that like, you know, it was because of like the amount of sodium.
Right.
The sodium in the previous sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, it's all preserved.
Plus the Big Mac.
Yeah. So and that is why I ended up getting like those reactions in my stomach.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And what were we?
You had the Big Mac.
Oh,
you had to go home immediately.
Gotta go home. Boom.
Right.
I got a dip.
Yeah.
I get to my house. I start hitting you up.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what to do. I'm trying to get like second opinions. Like, should I go to the hospital?
Right.
Is it worth it? Can I make it in time? You know, like.
Am I dying right now?
This is a new situation for me.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like like I said, I didn't have insurance, so I wasn't used to going to the doctors.
Right. You don't know what dictates an emergency.
Yeah.
A medical emergency at that.
Everything else I've kind of just like had to sleep off or whatever.
Right.
And that's what I try, you know, and that's when I hit you up. I'm laying down, I'm thinking to myself, you know, it went away earlier, maybe it'll go away again.
Yeah.
Let me just get in this zen state of mind.
Meditated.
Let's reach nirvana real quick.
Perfect.
And then like I'm hitting you up, and all right, you know I yell.
Yes.
I'm a loud person. I don't control my
we
decibel levels. Yeah.
No,
I'm always on the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
But now my chest is starting to hurt, and it's making me kind of scream and yell.
Dang.
And it's not like something I can control. Like it's getting painful to the point where like
your body is naturally processing its pain through.
And I'm panicking.
Yelling. Right, and naturally, yeah, because you're like, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on?
Right.
The chest starts to hurt. We end up at the hospital. Okay. You know, we see triage.
Naturally.
I tell them what's up. They immediately ask me, "Oh, you've been doing drugs?" I was like, "No." She pulls me aside. She doesn't believe me. She's like, "This motherfucker's lying."
Bro, I just smack him.
Yeah. She asked me again. I'm like, "Bitch, quit asking me questions I already answered and fucking save my life." This is a dire situation.
Seriously,
though. You don't just be going to the ER.
But you know who does? Drug addicts. But even at that, it's fucking bullshit. Yeah. It's bullshit. And you know what? I wonder if it's the same thing on how my grandma was like, yo, this kid's got long hair, drug dealer. You know, I can't help but to think it's from like the same place of mind. But you know what? It's fucking bullshit because even let's say you were.
Yeah.
I understand they may have to change the course of treatment, but you could have just done a blood test to get your answer anyway. It's not like they're not going to do that anyway. You could have just done like a urine sample or something, you know? And even if you were, does it matter?
It kind of does.
I mean, I
because
the treatment,
yeah.
But she already asked. Why is she asking again?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, pick up.
I'm sure she was just concerned with well, this happens with a lot of people. Like if like I guess like their parents were there.
Right.
My parents were right there, so maybe they just thought I was too pussy to say something.
That's
like
fair.
no, I kind of want to live.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be lying to you.
Facts.
But I understand that it is something that people are afraid of.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So continue. Nurse is asking you triage questions.
Triage questions. Am I on drugs?
Are you on drugs? All that good shit.
Oh yeah, they take
Are you
my
on
blood.
the good?
The good. Yeah, let me get a hit of that.
What you on, bro?
That shit that sends you to the hospital. But they take my blood pressure, my BPM. My shit is well into like 190.
Jesus.
Over like 100 and shit.
What the
For
hell?
Point it should be in like the 120s.
Bro, you're straight up having a heart attack.
Yeah, I'm like,
yo, bless your soul.
Bless your soul.
That's rough, dude. And like, I have a very light understanding of blood pressure, but I know it's got to be like 160 over like something, right? No,
what?
120 is what I meant.
120. I just said it.
Yes.
160. That's also a problem.
That's also high.
Yeah.
Yes. I was thinking I
get checked out if you're in 160.
Yes, but no, it's like it's supposed to be around 120.
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they admit me. They do blood samples. They tell me, "Oh, let me get a urine sample too."
Right.
I kind of start panicking. Like I understand that it's kind of like a serious situation right now. But my first thought, the only thing running through my mind right now is, "Fuck." I see my parents maybe twice a year. They just happen to be around to find out I smoke weed.
God damn it.
I'm thinking, where does Bond? They're gonna send me back to the mother country.
Back to the homeland.
The homeland, yeah.
But, yo, pot, getting busted for pot, ruining the party again. That's my heart breaks for you, bro. Because I know, like, obviously it's legal now, so whatever. But it's such an issue people have. A lot of people will refuse medical help just because they're smoking pot. Like I know so many.
You don't want to get
people,
caught.
They don't, but like that's not.
And when you're young, you don't think about shit like that.
No, absolutely. Like you were saying, we don't understand consequences that young. But there's so many people who like I've encountered who go to doctors' offices and like won't tell them they smoke weed.
Yeah.
And it's like you need to tell.
They're trying to help you.
They're trying to help. If you're having
they're just doing their job. They don't give a fuck.
Exactly. If you're having a medical emergency, you should not be afraid to be candid with your doctor who's trying to save your life. And even if you did smoke pot, who cares? Like, but I also understand your parents, all that. I absolutely understand.
I was just afraid that like I don't know they would take the sample and then just kind of go to my parents like, hey, like
look at this.
Oh, he be chiefing.
Your kid's smoking mids, man. Like,
not the mids.
Yo, I beat the shit out of my kid.
Is they smoking mid? We were smoking mid. Compared to today's shit, we were smoking mid.
But it's different times, man. Now there's no excuse.
There's no excuse. If you're smoking mid, you're just gullible at that point.
Get it together. But nah, like shit pisses me off.
Quit embarrassing yourself.
Like facts. But nah, like shit irritates me because like there's people who are in situations where they're with somebody and
who's overdosing.
And that they're just like, oh nah, like I'm gonna get busted. I can't help. I can't call 911. I can't call 911 because 911 doesn't necessarily mean cops. So I'm gonna just say it like that.
Emergency services.
It's just emergency services. They won't contact them because they're overdosing. But you need to contact them because you will die. Plus, bystander law, bro. You're not going to jail.
Yeah.
You're not going to jail. It's not gonna happen. You're saving someone's life. Who cares if you got a fucking
it's not really common knowledge, though.
It's not.
And people think it might be like sort of like a myth, like one of those things that they just say.
Right. No, that is 100% thing. Save your boy's life, bro.
Save the homies.
Save the homies. Yeah. Homies help homies.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
you're scared you're gonna shipped off to the motherland?
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I worked too hard to get to America. I can't be getting sent back on some weed shit.
Not on some bud.
Yeah.
Not on some bud.
And then I just chill there for a couple of hours, blood tests, get sent back.
Right.
And they hit me with, you have a disease called IgA nephropathy.
IgA nephropathy.
Nephropathy. Yeah, perfect.
Nice, yeah. I did it. Cool.
Second try. They tell me that, and they tell me, you're already end stage. Oof. There's like no course of action at this point.
Damn.
We can pump you up with like a ton of steroids and then hope for a transplant. That's pretty much all we can do.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I was like, that feels not fantastic to hear.
Sounds like you got played a little bit.
Because at first I was thinking, when they had first brought up that there might be something wrong with the kidneys, I'm just thinking, I hope it's not kidney stones. I'm just praying to God it's not kidney stones. It wasn't, but now I wish it was.
Absolutely.
It would have been one and done. I could have gone back to my regular lifestyle, but like my life changed that night.
Absolutely.
Drastically. It wasn't like I had to make a couple of changes here or there. It was like, short term, long term planning, dating, just dietary needs, just
everything.
Yeah.
Plus, you were still in school, bro.
Yeah.
You were still in school having to deal with all this shit. That's fucking horrifying. Okay, so tell us a little bit about IgA nephropathy.
Don't worry, I fucked it up too.
It's all good. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. So tell us, hi Riley, little cat boy. Tell us a little bit about like what it is. So we understand, end stage renal failure. Did this disease cause it, or is this like
Definitely caused it.
right? Is it something like? I mean, obviously,
It's what led to the failure.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Is this something hereditary, or did it just here we are?
Did
it come from the Big Mac?
The Big Mac, not.
I don't want to say it's
There's
a
no
possibility,
reason.
but there's no reason.
It's
just here you are.
I just got unlucky. Is what it comes down to.
That fucking blows,
Yeah.
man. I'm so sorry. Like, obviously,
right.
I know this. Like, you're my best friend, but it's really a shitty ass hand that you got.
Oh, yeah.
You do not fucking deserve it. I mean, nobody fucking deserves it at the end of the
No.
day.
It's also weird because I'm so young.
Right, bro.
Because
You're
I mean,
only 24.
Yeah, and currently I'm on dialysis.
Right.
When I started at 23, and when I pulled up to the center, they hook you up to the machine and all that, and I'm just looking around, just perusing. Like, I'm the only one in my 20s. Everybody in that room is like well over like 70.
Jesus.
So it's just kind of like
it's uncomfortable socially.
Because there are technically people I should be relating to.
Yeah.
But really, I'm not. Like,
it's not like you can go to like a group therapy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know a single other person in my age range that has these like chronic conditions. So I can't I had to figure it out all myself.
Right.
I had no one to vent to, no one to relate to.
It's weird because I ironically do know somebody else. I don't know if the disease is the same, but I know he also is end-stage renal failure.
But he's fucked.
Yo, he's also on dialysis, and I know sorry, buddy. I know you're probably listening to this. I don't want to necessarily name drop. Let's call him Mark.
Mark.
We're calling
Jesus
him Mark.
Christ.
But yeah, he's a young ass dude too, and he's been going through it for a couple years now, and he's getting fucked by the system. And it's not fucking fair. It's not one of those things where it's like, damn, these young kids, it's like, why aren't we doing more to, do more testing for preventative, more awareness, more anything? Like, a lot of people know I lost my mom to end-stage renal failure. Like, for some reason, I happen to find myself in circumstances where a lot of people in my life are more than there should be. Which is anything more than zero.
Anything more than zero, yeah.
Is what it comes down to. So yeah, there's this girl at work. And technically, I don't work with her. I don't remember this girl's name. She was covering from another office. And she came in and she was like real upset. And I was like, listen, like, I know we just met, but you can talk
What's
to
the
me.
deal?
You're like, what's up? What's going on?
I'm all ears.
And she was saying that she's like mad stressed out because her boyfriend is like 31, 32. And this poor guy also just started dialysis.
Yeah.
And she was like, I have no history with this. I have no idea. Like, we're learning so much. And he's, he feels so fucked up about it. And I was sitting here and I was like, damn, that's crazy.
You're just attracting these.
It's a thing. Like, it's a trend in my life.
Like how bees can sniff out cancer.
Apparently, people who are on dialysis are sniffing out me.
Yeah.
I don't
You're
know.
attracting them. You got a little signal in your head.
A little bit, yeah. So then I feel like a lot of people don't know what dialysis is.
No.
It's life support at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's, maybe you can share a little bit about your experience with it.
Experience? Well, there's two different types.
Right.
There's hemo, and then there's another one called peritoneal.
Okay.
Hemo you do in the center 3 times a week, called a fistula.
Okay.
Which takes a while to like set up.
Yeah.
It's like they have to like I think they have to expand your range or something like that.
Oof.
They definitely put needles in there to make it big enough for you to be able to be hooked up to the machine in the first place.
All right. I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. I don't mean this is your reality, unfortunately. This is a content warning for anybody.
Content warning. Oh, okay, I got you.
Content warning for anybody who may be a little squeamish with like medical things. I think it is important as a part of the awareness of knowing what the struggle is that you fucking have to go through. So there's a little content warning, a little graphic. If you want, hit that little 15-second skip button, like maybe 3 times. Yeah. Maybe 3 or 4 times. But then rewind. Make sure you're back in.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe we'll add something a little in post.
A little like,
hey, skip to here.
Hey, skip to here.
It's SFW now.
I love it.
But where was I? Fistula.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's fucking nasty. There's like a needle in your arm. They basically have to like expand the area so they can connect you to the machine in the first place.
Jesus.
Yeah. And what they do is they take your blood out, put it into a machine, cleans it up, puts it right back in.
Gotcha.
That's just kind of like the synopsis, I guess.
Not to be confused with a blood transfusion, because that's switching blood entirely.
That's getting blood, just
blood,
put into your body.
So whereas this is your own
Your
blood
own shit getting clean.
because that's what
Because you can't do it yourself.
Right, kidneys clean your blood. It's is at the end of the day is what it does, and then it helps expel the bad shit.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
No.
So that's why you need the hemodialysis.
The hemo.
And then what's the other one you were saying?
The other one is peritoneal.
Okay.
You do it at home. You do it yourself. Like in the clinic for hemo, the nurses are there. They hook you up. They do the whole treatment for you. But with peritoneal, it's on your own time.
Okay.
And you're more in control of it. They don't take your blood out with that. It's more so they put like a solution in you.
Okay.
Fills up your stomach, and the solution starts to pull out like the toxins and like the stuff that the kidneys would have been filtering out in the first place.
Gotcha.
Then it drains out, and you just keep doing cycles of that.
Right. I never actually. I mean, I knew. Obviously.
There's like different mechanics between them.
Right, and I knew what the difference was between the two. Obviously, I have my own secondhand experience through my mom, my whole fucking childhood, but I never actually understood the nitty gritty. Like with hemodialysis,
what's going on.
It's cleaning your blood, whereas with peritoneal, it's putting a solution in and out of you.
Yeah.
And I never understood that. I was like, how is this clear solution doing the same job?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me. But listen, I'm not a doctor.
You're not a doctor. You're not qualified.
I'm not qualified.
You don't need to know.
Yeah.
The average person doesn't need to know.
No, but having an idea of the physical stress that your body is under.
Well, peritoneal, it's easier in the body.
Okay.
There's no blood involved.
Nice,
it's just the fluid that's put into you pulls out all the toxins and then just gets dumped out.
Okay. Cool.
With hemo, it's a very strenuous process.
Because it's ripping out your blood.
Yeah.
That's a little dramatic, but it's taking out your blood and, draining your blood in its own is fucking exhausting. You know?
I remember because I was on hemo when I first started.
Right.
It was a little different. I didn't have any fistula. What they ended up doing was the quick advisory if you're too, squeamish or whatever.
If you just tuned back in, it's not time yet.
Keep skipping. Keep skipping.
Keep going.
But I'm going to keep it short. When I started the dialysis, I went to the hospital. They explained the situation to me.
Right.
They said, you need to be on it right fucking now. We can't wait anymore. So they didn't have time to set up fistula. So what they do is they get a catheter, which is like a tube.
Right.
Then they put me in like the operating room, laid down, and there's a sharper edge to it, I guess.
Like a piercing needle?
Yeah, piercing.
Okay.
And they didn't knock me out for it. I was awake. No, they probably put like a little bit of like a local on the chest. Yeah. And I was awake for the whole time. I was like, why are they doing this to me? Am I being punished?
Right.
But they straight up medieval shit. Some medieval shit. They just grab the catheter and they just shove it into my chest, into my heart, right into the aorta. And I was just conscious for the whole fucking thing. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck did I do that I'm being punished this way?
Yo, man. My fucking heart.
I felt the whole pipe,
in your chest.
Pierce and then follow through into where it's connected to the heart. Yeah.
That's wild. I mean, it's life-saving measures is what it comes down to.
And the surgeon knows what he's doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, he's a doctor.
He's a doctor.
He knows what he's doing. He's got the education.
That's why he has copious amounts of debt for.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? He gets paid accordingly. But that's rough shit, man.
Whole time I was just
listening to that. I'm a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Like you're.
That's not even the most fucked up thing. Either.
Right.
Comparatively.
Shit can go south very quickly. Like, there's a lot of shit that can come along, a lot of complications. If with any kind of chronic illness. Obviously this is one of the more extreme chronic illnesses because, again, organ failure. Not to dive too deep into it, but my mom did end up passing at some point, but it wasn't directly related to dialysis. There were complications that came from her renal failure.
My doctor should have told me that I'll most likely die to, like, I don't want to say bypass, I want to say, like, byproduct maybe?
Yeah, so like a heart condition or something
Something
like
associated to the original condition of, like, the organ, like, the kidney issues.
Right.
I'm more likely to die through heart failure, like a heart attack, while I'm on dialysis, as opposed to like directly the kidney thing.
That's insane to me. And it actually, dialysis is legitimately life support because of that. Like, I think about, like, with my mom, like, she was off of dialysis for 48 hours, and then she went under into, like, a coma, basically, like, setting, and then another 24 hours, half of whatever, a day and a half later, like, gone. You know?
There's flyers at the center that say, oh, your chance of passing away within the next 30 days shoots up like 45% if you miss an appointment.
It's insane how
for
quickly
hemo.
your body builds up toxins.
Yeah.
Like, the thing you put it in that scope, like, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Shit's like, loaded up.
To even bring it back again, you're so fucking young. You're 24 years old, going through shit that people in their 70s and 80s go through. Not saying nobody deserves it. Nobody deserves it. But it's that much more unfortunate.
Your body's going to start to fail when you're 70 plus.
Naturally. That's life.
Yeah. That's just how this shit works.
But this is not a life at 24 years old.
No, definitely not. Because I'm going to the center, getting hooked up to a machine to live.
Yeah.
And I'm surrounded by people who are 50 years older than I am.
Right.
And I'm the only person who is in their 20s.
And you can't relate in the same way to any of these people. I mean, obviously you can relate on maybe the dialysis standpoint, but not to sound like an asshole, but it's not like the people in their 70s and 80s on dialysis are like missing out on going to the fucking bar scene and doing all this other shit that other people our age are doing.
Shit they already done.
They already did. They already, not to say they already had the chance.
Different era.
Talk. It's a different era. Yeah. They got to have their 20s, you know, and I don't want to sound fucking, you know, I'm about to cry, like, not trying to sound like a douche.
Why cry?
Like, you're getting robbed of that experience. I mean, you still get to do shit, right? You still get to live your life. You still get to
It's just wilding out is different now.
It's different.
You know, not that shit that we were getting into when we were like 14, 15.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, I didn't portion control my Taco Bell. Gotta call up emergency services now.
Damn. Okay.
Damn. I had over 1 liter of fluid today. Fuck.
Damn. The homies are getting crunk.
Yeah.
I'm drinking over 1 liter. Yeah. Let's get it, boys.
That's like, me getting crazy.
Right. It's a little different.
But I can't handle it.
Right. It's just not fair. And I know they always say life isn't fucking fair, but you know what?
You get used to it.
Fair. It is. I hate that for you, and I hate that for my other boy down in Philly. Again, we're calling him Mark because I don't know how he feels about having his name shout out. Yeah. But I think, obviously, you being on peritoneal dialysis, as you said, it's a daily thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's, how long is it? Because I know it's like
it varies per your doctor's prescription, but I'm currently on it 7 days a week. I can't miss a day. I mean, I could just because I'm on it so frequently that there's less of a risk if I happen to miss one session. Right. But it's 7 days a week for 12 hours.
That's half of your fucking day.
Yeah. That's half of the day.
As of right now, it's half your life.
I do it overnight.
You know? Right.
Obviously while I sleep and all that.
But still, you can't stay out.
Yeah. No, because if I'm out too late, I get on the machine, let's say around 2 o'clock. I'm not getting off of it until 2 o'clock the next day, 2 p.m.
You're strapped till 2 p.m.
You're strapped.
Literally strapped. Like, and that's not
your day goes to waste.
Just cut off. It's not something you just be like, all right, we're done, cutting off early. You know, like, damn.
You don't want to start your day at 2 p.m.
No, you don't. You don't. But you also shouldn't have to end your night at 8.
Yeah, that's a buzzkill.
It is. It is. Like, it fucking blows. And it's, I hate sitting here and being like, it's not fucking fair. And I know I've said it like 15 times, but it's true. And it's one of, I'm assuming, the many short-term struggles of what you're fucking having to deal with.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm always saying, you know, I'm always thinking to myself that, fuck, I probably was a shithead in the past life.
Fucking colonizing.
And like, I was probably colonizing. I could have been Genghis Khan. You could have been. Just pillaging, setting shit on fire, robbing.
Doing it all.
Fuck these kids. All that shit. And I'm paying for it now in this lifetime. It's kind of how I feel because it's just kind of...
Your brain's trying to rationalize how you got here, essentially. Do you have like long-term struggles, essentially? I mean, obviously there's the big one.
There's the big one. Yeah. Right. I got the short term, I got the long term.
Yeah.
Like I said, even small things like dating or like dietary needs have been different.
Right, absolutely. Because there's, you know, I like, as you mentioned earlier with the sodium in the fucking sandwich and the burger, like it's what brought it all to a head.
I mean, even traveling, you know? Like if I got to go out of state for like overnight, I'd rather just go right back home and like not
And instead of staying over,
because I'd have to log in my machine, all the supplies, and it's like a lot. You get a big shipment of stuff.
Yeah, Baxter.
Yeah, Baxter. Oh,
I know Baxter.
you know.
Yo, you know.
Who taught you Baxter?
Mama.
But it's a lot. I would need, I drive like a 4-door.
A what?
A 4-door?
Right, yes.
I would need a straight up van or like a truck to haul all my shit.
Absolutely. Like, I think about over Hurricane Sandy, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, we were kind of fucked. Like, our hometown lost power for like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. We had to straight up evacuate, not just because of Sandy, but because my mom needed to be on dialysis. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not something you can just like switch over, or like, oh, hey, let's go book up a space at the hospital real quick. Like, nah, there's a schedule. There's a fucking statewide state of emergency happening. So we had to fuck off over to my uncle's house. Yeah. Set up there, and then he lost power, so we had to fuck off to his other homeboy's house just so my mom could do her dialysis.
Well, even if it wasn't like a major storm, if your power just happens to go out of some just like misfortune,
right?
Like, the average person could just whatever, fuck, I'm gonna sleep through it. They're bored. They're inconvenienced,
right?
Right.
Oh, damn. Fuck. Can't go on TikTok.
No. Bachelor Monday's ruined.
Bachelor Monday.
But with someone in my situation, I'm like, fuck. Like, I really gotta I gotta
my life
come up with some shit ASAP.
Facts.
Yeah.
I remember hearing like my grandma argue with people from the fucking Red Cross, like the National Red Cross, being like, we need power.
We need
whatever power you have, you need to funnel it to this house.
Direct
we have somebody who's on life support. Mm-hmm. Like, and I dude, when Hurricane Sandy happened, we were kids. Mm-hmm. I remember being like 15 hearing that shit and being like, dialysis is life support. Like, I was so young. Like, even when it all went down, like, I didn't know the intensity of it. It's just fucking crazy.
I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
I mean, it's fucked that. Oh, hello, Leaf.
Hello.
It's fucked that like this is something that is in the back of your mind all the time, having to always think about death, and it's
impending doom.
It's an impending doom, absolutely, and it's not in like an anxiety sense. It's not a mental illness thing. It's an actual reality.
Because it doesn't matter how much therapy I go through or whatever, nothing's ever gonna get me out of that mind state,
right?
Until they pull out like I don't know, some cure, some permanent cure.
They print you a kidney,
because transplants also aren't permanent. I already had a transplant,
That's true,
and that had a recurrence of the disease, killed it off. Mine only lasted 4 out of like the expected 15 years.
It's insane.
So I'm back at square one.
Right. It's fucked, man. It's fucked. So I guess with that being said, a lot of people our age, we're 24, 25. A lot of people are sitting here and they're like, oh, I get to start a family. I'm going to move in with my significant other, I'm going to be a doctor. Like a lot of people making career moves and like relationship moves and life moves. Like, if death is something that is always on your mind, and you're always thinking, damn, like, what am I gonna do? Like, is that a future? Like, not I want to say that you see for yourself, because everybody deserves that future, but how do you go about those moves, so to speak? The moves.
What's the play here?
What's the vibe?
Well, I don't really be dating and shit. Like, I mean, I have had the situation where someone left me over, oh, I can't deal with I want to be with you because you're sick like this, So like,
I'm sorry. Fuck her.
All right.
As a strong, and I understand it's difficult when you're in the situation. Fuck her.
Fuck. She was abusive anyway, so
she was
like,
abusive.
Yeah,
fuck
so,
her.
Fuck her. We don't need her in that life.
We don't need her.
No.
Actually, she don't even deserve to be mentioned.
No,
Keep it moving. Keep it moving. She don't deserve the limelight.
So admittedly, I got a little bit self-conscious about that. It definitely is like insecure to me, so I don't really try to date. I kind of just keep my shit platonic if I meet somebody new. And then as far as like career goals go, I mean, I'm just kind of always in this like ambivalent state of mind where like back in college, I would get this rush of energy. I'm like, bet, let's get this degree.
Yeah.
Let's ace these classes.
Absolutely.
Straight up like Goofy from the Goofy movie.
Let's be a doctor.
Let's be a dentist.
Ooh.
Let's save the world from plaque.
Yo, fuck a plaque.
Yeah, fuck plaque.
Fuck plaque, fuck cavities.
And let's get that good paycheck.
Absolutely.
But then I would also just get discouraged out of nowhere. I would just sit there in class thinking to myself, do I really give a fuck about titrations? Do I give a fuck about this calc shit?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Right.
So I would just stop like showing up to class and I would just be on this back and forth.
Yeah.
Just constantly. Between do I want stability in terms of like a good career or do I want to just follow my passions with the limited time that I do have.
Right.
And it's just, I've always just been, that's where the long-term planning gets kind of tricky.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know what route to take if there's a limited time.
Maybe they do pop out with what are artificial organs?
Yeah.
Maybe that and the stability would have been nice.
Absolutely.
Or maybe, I get my degree after like ever so many years, and it's just like, and I pass maybe like a year or two later. It's like I didn't even get to enjoy like the fruits of my labor type shit.
Absolutely.
It's like, fuck, I should have just, followed my passion, my dream and shit.
So then, let's say, boom. Let's say,
boom.
Boom. So boom. Tomorrow.
Bet.
Tomorrow, it's announced. CDC.
Tomorrow.
Printing organs has been approved. Let's say we get you a fucking kidney. What kind of passions? Like, all right, I mean, I know a little bit about what you're trying to do, but like, real talk, I'm a shit friend. Bro, tell me the nitty gritty. Tell me the nitty gritty. Yeah, what kind of passions? What kind of shit are you trying to do? Do you actually want to be a dentist?
No. Fuck no.
Listen, no shame. I'm in the dental game.
They have. Yeah, no, but you're not the dentist. You're I'm like the.
I'm a receptionist.
You're a receptionist. Dentists have like the highest suicide rate.
I've actually heard vet. I heard veterinary.
I heard dentist.
One. Really?
Through the grapevine.
Maybe just all careers.
Maybe everyone just hates their lives.
Everybody's fucking miserable.
Yeah. Fuck working. That 9 to 5 shit.
Fucking 9 to 5, bro.
I don't dream about labor.
You don't even gotta tell me, bro. I'm fucking 9 to 5. I'm out of work by 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of here. Yeah. So passions.
Passion projects.
Passion projects. What are we looking at? Passion pits.
Man,
I'm sorry.
I only know one song by them.
Me too.
Yeah, the one from. Wait. I'm sorry. We'll get backtrack. But is that the one from what show was it? The Buried Life.
Yes.
Yes,
it is. Amazing.
That was a good track.
Amazing. It's fire.
Fire.
Sorry, I had to do it. Anyway.
Where were we? Passions. We talking about passions.
Yes, we are. So what are you into, man? Let's say your life comes back around tomorrow. What are you diving into?
I'm an insatiable person.
Right.
Nothing makes me happy.
Fair.
At all.
Yes.
It's just, I'm never satisfied. I always want more type shit.
Right. Nothing. It's never enough.
But the one thing that I do feel for, honestly, it would be music.
Yeah.
It's something that, I worked a little bit in high school with my 2 boys in our MILF Society days.
Ooh.
It was like that little punk project we had going on.
Nice.
It was just like the 3 of us. We didn't even play with a bassist.
No.
we were a punk band. We never practiced.
Yeah.
All right. And
raw music.
Just raw music. And I've gone through phases where I do have other hobbies and interests. But this is something that has stuck with me and I haven't had any doubts with. Well, I do have doubts. Since I was a child.
It's music.
Yeah.
It's hard to put yourself out there regardless of your situation.
It's been the one constant in my life.
Right. So absolutely you want to follow through on it.
It's difficult because what it comes down to is I'm kind of a pussy, I'm a little bitch made. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Yeah.
It's a big step to put yourself out there with your sound, lyrics.
Absolutely.
You don't want to sound too corny. You don't want to sound like that recording where it's like a trash ass beat and it's some dude playing accordion. You don't want to sound nothing like that.
Wild.
You don't want to sound like, too generic, too pre-made.
Right.
It's a lot. It's
stressful.
Am I cut out for it?
Am
I unique enough for it?
I think you are. Because you know why? Actually, I retract. I know you are. And you know why I know?
True.
You're on this fucking podcast.
True.
You're on this
I've been going through shit that nobody else
now.
does. I got content to write about.
So honestly, the biggest step is doing it.
Yeah.
The biggest step is starting. Not to toot my own horn, but over
we just
quarantine,
fucked around, started this podcast.
I started an art company over quarantine. I was putting out content left and right. People were buying my shit. People that came out of the fucking woodwork, bro. Random heads from high school hitting me up like, yo, let me get this. I'm like, hey, you got it. I started teaching sign language over quarantine. But the hardest part is putting yourself out there. This podcast alone is sitting here.
It's doing it while you're still you could be shaking and shit, but you still gotta go ahead and do it.
It's still doing it, and it's absolutely fair. Your situation is 100% different than the average bear, So obviously,
no one can tell me shit. What are you gonna say?
Exactly.
I'm gonna fight.
Exactly.
Probably never gonna meet any of the people making comments in the.
That's the point, because everyone's big balling on the internet. Everyone's,
I'm dying, bro. I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
As you should. Yeah. As you fucking should.
I flip too much is the problem. I actually worked on it with my one friend this week. We got a little bit we did some conceptual ideas for the little project we got going on.
All right.
Lounge act.
Lounge act. Yeah. I like it. It sounds like a lo-fi hip-hop beat type of.
You'll find out.
thing. Ooh.
I'm gonna let you speculate on that.
Fuck around and find out.
But
Alright,
it's
I
one of
see
those
you.
things where I felt like it finally clicked.
Yeah.
And finally, we really got together and did some real work on it.
I love
Because
that.
we would get together in like the studio and shit, like little home bedroom
stew.
setup. Yeah.
Bro, we're on my terrace right
Yeah,
now. Like,
true.
you know.
You know, and we just the two guys that I did it with, we were never really on the same page.
All right.
None of that shit.
So
But
it made
like
it a
now
little
we
hard.
have more of a cohesive project going on.
That's fire. I would love to see this take off for you.
I hope so.
Hashtag lounge act.
Lounge act.
That's amazing.
Hopefully
dude.
we'll see it come to fruition. Because
Absolutely.
who knows? I could turn around and have nothing come of it.
Or you put it out there and somebody goes, "This is fucking genius."
That's what I want. I don't even want to like. I'm not even like. Obviously, you gotta make money off the side hustle.
Absolutely.
I just want
That's
someone
fine.
to
That's
come
the
up
goal.
to me saying some shit like, "Damn, like you wrote some shit that I can't believe someone was even capable of putting this out there."
Exactly.
To loop it back to the shit from the earlier with
Yeah.
the TikTok shit, you never like.
Dude, there's so many artists who post one song up there and then they're top of the charts.
Ooh.
I was telling you the other day, there's this artist, I can never remember his fucking name, but he has a song called A-OK. And he has a video where he's like, listen, man, whether the song blows up or not, he's sitting in his damn car, like it's nighttime, he's got the little, headlight on.
Mhm.
He's like, I want you to hear this song and I want your day to get 2% better.
Yeah.
And he puts it on.
Oh, I think you told me,
he's
yeah.
saying it in this big blue world, singing.
Yeah.
And he's chilling. That song blew up.
Mhm.
I heard it on the radio at work like
Crazy.
2 days ago.
Like with Dominic Fike, the first time I heard
Dominic Fike,
when I heard
yeah.
3 Nights on the radio for the first time, I was like, what?
What? People
this shit
blow
happening?
up over nothing,
Nothing,
bro.
yeah.
Nothing. So
He's good though.
he's good. No,
He's
but
good.
that's what I mean though. Like over nothing in the sense of
It can happen overnight.
5 or what is it? 2 minutes of fame, 5 minutes of fame,
Mhm.
something like that.
It just happens.
happens.
Tame Impala.
Yes, exactly.
Nobody really knew Tame Impala.
Until it was the meme, right?
No.
Or before that.
Before that,
Okay.
there was some streamer that played "The Less I Know, the Better,"
Yes.
and it just blew the fuck up. That album came out 2015. Around
never
like
know.
2018, it just everywhere.
Right. People say like what you invest in is what you're gonna get out of. That's not
Mhm.
always the case. Sometimes it's just putting it out there on its
Yeah.
own will make you blow up. It's getting real chilly out here.
Yeah,
man.
these blankets were the play.
Oh,
The move,
absolutely, absolutely. They were the move,
Yeah. Mhm.
without a doubt.
100%. I had to cut you off for it.
No, that's fine, man. I
Mhm.
appreciate that you did.
I was looking out.
We would have gotten them eventually.
I would have had to get off camera.
Absolutely.
I would have just left.
just gone home.
No, I just can't. I can't do it. You know.
This was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
dude.
It was. Fun. Hey, I had a good time. You know.
It's been a fun day.
We might have just talked a lot of random bullshit that like people might not want to hear about. But hey,
you know what?
at the end of the day, we had a good time.
Listen, if you made it this far, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for putting up with our nonsense.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. And thank you, man. Thank you for
no.
being here.
No.
No.
Thank you.
Oh. Well, I guess I should say you're welcome, but I never would have dreamed of having a podcast in the beginning at all if it wasn't for you. We tried to do this 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
And it failed entirely.
At that Barnes & Noble Starbucks.
Yep, did not.
And we were just
go
unhinged.
Unhinged.
Just crazy.
Maybe someday, if people vote on it, maybe we'll release it.
We'll
we
release
probably never
it.
will, but
A little bit like
we'll
a
see.
blooper.
We'll see.
A BTS behind the scene.
Is there anything else you want to throw in before we
Let's see.
call it for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Want to say,
throw out?
obviously, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
If you are interested in helping my little cause, helping me find a donor.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't care if people are hitting me up saying, "Oh, I'll donate." Because a lot of people, they're not truthful about it.
Right.
But I would appreciate it if you spread the word.
Yeah.
My blood type is A positive. That means I can take from both A positive and negative.
Ooh,
You can contact me at 908-476-8311. We'll have a little at the end. I'm Lounge Act XO across the board on all social media if I have it. Not really on it too much, but
you can still contact
me whichever in any which way that is most convenient for you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Even more so too, like well wishes.
Yeah.
Just be like, yo, podcast was fire.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Or straight up, if you are also going through some health issues and you just want to vent to someone who's already been through all of it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. Oh, I've seen it all.
You've been through the ringer.
Trust.
Man. That fistula that was a different thing. That heart thing.
The heart thing.
The catheter.
Yeah. I just had to take it raw.
Yeah. Rough shit, man.
Rough shit.
Rough shit. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everybody. This has been a fun first episode. Like,
We're
comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, keep your eye out, and I hope many more to come, man.
Thanks for being there with Baby's first podcast.
Baby's first podcast.
Clearly just got on the mic and started spitting shit.
Yo, mic drop.
Mug
Mug drop.
I'll be surprised if anyone watches this.
Yo.
Beginning to end.
I would be so surprised, but you know what? You know what it is at the end of the day?
I don't give a fuck. Who sees?
It's simply whatever.
Simply whatever.
It's simply whatever, yo. All right. Have a good night, guys. Do something good with your lives. Catch you later.